But Jimmy, you spoke about you talked about darkness.
Yeah.
How was this church restored from a 14-year-old boy when he read James chapter 1 verse 5? When you read Joseph Smith history verses 15 and 16, darkness overcame him. Darkness overcame him. He almost gave up. Just on the verge of giving up. Then I saw a pillar of light. That's what we shared.
Yeah.
In everyday lives, in our lives, in our family lives, in our relationships, or even for those who are about to join the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, those who are preparing to go to the house of the Lord. I never felt so much darkness in my life until I'm preparing to go to the house of the Lord.
Yeah.
Now, and someone will say, does that mean that the church is not true? The temple is not true? No, it is. It is true. Yes, it is true. But there are certain times in our lives where we have to go through that. It does not mean that God has moved himself away from you. He is cheering you on. He's saying, you can do it. You can do it. I am still here. Just when you're about to give up, I will show you a pillar of light. And that's faith. Faith is a principle. Faith in Jesus Christ is a principle of action. It's really a principle of power, as you've talked about will. And I will also offer this. You talked about choice. Now, it's almost like I'm drawing two different circles. One is a circle of concern. This circle, we can fill it up immediately on many concerns that we have. There's so many things we're concerned about. We can fill it up quickly. And then we ask ourselves question, what can I do about this circle of concern? It's almost like zero. It's nothing. Every concern that we have, when you look at your concerns carefully, it's almost like we can do nothing about it. If we say something, we will regret it later. But then you draw another circle and you refer to it as circle of control. What can I control? And you started to list down things that you can control within your circle of control. The other one, circle of concern, effort is wasted. But that's where we spend so much time on. Circle of control, no effort is wasted. Yeah. And that's, you're frustrated here, this circle of control makes you happier. Because you control that. You control your emotion, you control your behavior, and how you approach and how you do things. Walk away when needed, and it makes you happier, not regret it. So I think if we spend more time, we will always have a circle of concern, but we can shrink it. When we shrink it, we enlarge our circle of control, then we are much happier. And that circle of control comes because of our trust in the atonement and believe in the atonement of Jesus Christ, as you both have explained.
Thank you, Robin.
My brothers and I served missions. One brother served a different kind of mission. And yeah, he took his time we all grew up in the church, but he took his time to really become grounded in the gospel. But he did. He came around, he found his now wife, and he had 2 children. And just seeing him come through the temple and being sealed with his family, it's one of the greatest feelings. You just, at the time when he's away, your heart does ache because you know that, he's missing out on certain blessings, but you just have to love them where they are currently at in their life, and just have faith that knowing, everyone is on their own path and on their own, timeline when it comes to living the gospel and being on the path. And he came around now. He's super strong in the church. He's very staunch and holds a calling in primary, and just loves it. And I feel like this is the way that he had to come to know who Jesus Christ is for him. Everyone's path is not the same. It's a joy to see him active in the church now.
Yeah, I would say the same. I've relatives that are that I love dearly, and they aren't living a life that's in line with the teachings of the gospel. And I think the last thing they need is to be critiqued and discouraged and judged. What they do need is just a friend and someone to listen to and to feel and be loved. And I think, with these relatives that I do have, that's all I try and do. I invite them to certain activities and things, and whether they do or don't come, that's up to them. Again, going back to your analogy or Wakolo of concern and control, I can control, if they choose to come or not to church, but I can choose to invite them and choose to love them and, go to their sporting events or whatever it is, and to be try and be a friend that cares for them and not just wants to be their friend just so that they can come back to activity in the church. To be a genuine friend and love them as Jimmy said, where they are. And obviously, the Lord's way is always by way of invitation, right? And so we can always extend that invitation, which is what I can control, and as well as love and support them, that's within my control too.